Hi guys, Dave Pinson here, Philippine Bible Ministries. Ministry. Don't expect God's gifts to come from men. What does that mean? Well, don't expect. So God's gifts come from God, not from men. Here's what it reminds me of. There's a verse that says, "Those who love the things of this world cannot love me." Jesus said, right? Famous pastors, for example. And here's what I'm trying to say. People who want to be famous, people who want people to know them, people, men of renown, people who want them to be known, um, are expecting blessings from men, right? Not from God. God's the one that gives blessing, but God's blessings are not the same as men's blessings. Men can't really bless you. I'm sorry for people who think a priest and whatnot can bless you. Only God can bless you. Now they used to ask the prophets to bless people, but we don't have those. Not like that today. We don't have anointed people like that running around. So don't expect men to be able to give you what God gives you, and that's what the trap that we all fall into because everybody wants to be accepted, everybody wants to be popular. I mean, for me, I want to be popular, I want to be famous. I mean, I do, I don't, and I do. I don't. I really wish that I had 1,000 subscriptions and that I was making money here so that I could expand the ministry and I was doing all those things and people knew who I was. But I also don't want that at all because I'm afraid it will change my heart and turn me into a person seeking rewards from men. What did Jesus say? There are those who do that and they have their reward now. People say, "Oh, what a great pastor, what a great person." You get, "Oh, look at these people," and so that's why, essentially, I'm mistrustful of famous people, famous pastors and whatnot. Why? Because I think that they get caught up in the worldliness. There's a worldliness in that, right? And I'm afraid I might too, and I think that's why God's keeping me here, right here. He'll give me what I need, and I have to trust Him that whatever I have is what I need, and I have to not worry about that and not try to grow yourself and grow your thing and be fancy, be this, grow your and you see these people that have Christian ministries online on YouTube, and you see how they use clickbait. And I even saw one of the guys I like. I'm not going to name him, but he's kind of famous for going out in the public and having interviews with people and explaining to them how they need Jesus in a very good way, and I love it. But he even talks about clickbait and how to get people to watch your videos and I just think that's a worldly thing, right? Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong here, right? Now, I I I don't want to judge. I can't judge anybody's salvation, but it just seems like here's an example. I was going to a church once. I was attending a church, and I talked to the pastor about things, and I would talk to him about serious things. That this is what the church needs to do. This is what's missing, because that's what I do. This is a call that God gave me, like a watchman on the wall. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this. And you know what he would say? Here's what he would say. That's right. You're right about that, man. But I can't say that to the church because it will hurt somebody's feelings. It will offend somebody, and who knows what the elders will do, and they might not like it. And so I'm like, I'm speaking God's truth to you from Scripture, and you know it's true, but you refuse to do it because it's not popular. People might not like it, so I'm confused about the purpose of the church. Then, right? That's my point. That made my point for me. Um, looking for men to say what you are instead of the Lord. The Bible talks about and walking alone. I did a video about that. No one watched it. No one wants to hear the hard news, right? But the hard news is that a lot of times people do walk alone. Elijah hiding, and he says, "I'm the only one, Lord." He goes, "No, I got 5,000 people that haven't." But you don't know about them because they're not famous. Because that's not. I don't think that's how he works most of the time, right? I think he's in the small things. I think that things are changed now. Am I saying that it's wrong to have a big evangelical meeting and thousands of people? No, I'm not saying that's wrong at all. But even Billy Graham said towards the end of his life, I think towards the end of your life, I think people get more honest with themselves and they see things with a clearer perspective because they know they're going to be with the Lord pretty soon. I think they're just more honest about things. And he says, I'd be lucky if 5% of those people are still walking in the Lord, right? Because at the end of the day, the big meeting and the big thing, and people get emotional and they make a thing, but is it real? How real is it? We only know it's real by the way they live their lives. So you can't judge those things, right? So I'm just saying, be careful if you're looking we all have this desire, and I think it's the flesh that we all want to. Maybe you don't, but I have this desire that I want. I'm an author. I want to be famous in a way. I want people to know me. I want to be on my favorite vlogger guy. I want him to call me up and say, "Hey, I love this book, man. Come on to my show." And oh, okay, I'll see. I'm very humble. But I don't want that if God doesn't want it because I don't know if I could handle it. That's what I'm trying to say. For me, right now, God's keeping me humble. He's keeping me right here, and this is a good place to be. I have almost 200 followers, and that's a good number for me. It actually fills my heart swelling that I have that many, because it only takes one person. It only took 12 people to turn the world upside down back in the first century, right? And it only takes a few people out there that are true followers of Jesus to change the world. So that's what I'm looking for. That still small voice. Do I want it? Would it be nice to be famous? Maybe. But how many famous people do you know that are truly happy? How many pastors do you know that are famous, that are big pastors, that get twisted up? You know? So I try not to judge them if they're too popular. Some people judge them because they're popular. Well, they must be doing the right thing, of God's blessing it. Is he? So that's a whole other issue. Is largeness and financial, is that really a blessing, or is it like a tricky curse? Was it Conan? I'm sorry. Before I was a Christian, Conan was one of my favorite movies. I know it's rated R. I probably would never watch it now. But I remember when they had all this wealth and they would just get drunk all the time and do stupid things, and then it said something about you never know who you are until you have too much, right? And sometimes I don't think it's such a blessing. So that's what I got for now. God bless you guys. Talk down for now.